Choose which team you'll begin your franchise with. Choose which team you'll begin your franchise with. The menu on the left lets you adjust your league settings and where to start your franchise in the preseason, the regular season, or with a fantasy draft. Choose which team you'll begin your franchise with. Choose which team you'll begin your franchise with. The menu on the left lets you adjust your league settings and where to start your franchise in the preseason, the regular season, or with a fantasy draft.
Sports coverage of the National Football League welcomes you to South America and one of the world's most popular cities, vibrant Sao Paulo, in the southeast region of Brazil. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers. On the Kansas City sideline, a familiar face, Andy Reid. Opposite him is Jim Harbaugh, in his second season now as head coach of the Chargers. Stage is set. Ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. Brown now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So here come the Chiefs, and that means the three-time Super Bowl MVP twice the league MVP. Almost hard to believe, Greg, it's season 9 for Patrick Mahomes.
Mike, as I think back to opening day over my years of playing in the NFL, it didn't matter if I was a rookie or going into my 14th season. I think every player goes into that game with just a little bit of extra nerves, thinking, new season, new opportunity. Can I still do this at a high level? And, man, you get through that first game, and it feels like you can finally take a deep breath and let the season unfold. There's going to be a lot of nerves in this one here today, but the team that settles down the fastest and just gets back to playing ball, they're going to have a big advantage coming away with a big win today.
In danger of an opening 3 and out, they face 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. And he'll just have to throw this one away. There is nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Really smart play, especially considering how early it is in the game. If something's not there, don't force it. Just throw it away and play the next snap.
This one fielded out beyond the 25. And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. So here come the Chargers, and it's year 6 and year 2 for Justin Herbert, Greg. It's year 2 with Jim Harbaugh, but the 6th season for the 6th overall pick in the 2020 draft.
Mike, isn't there just something different about week 1 of the NFL season? I mean, after months of anticipation, debate, speculation, it all gets settled on the field. New coaches, new teams, rookies playing their first time. Man, it's just an exciting time of year, and I'm pumped to be calling it alongside you.
Now Herbert on the bootleg. This one complete right side. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. 17 yards on that play. It's good for a Charger first down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
Not much there. Maybe a yoke. From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. On play action now. Herbert. On his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a first down. It's Harris. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Shotgun now for Herbert. That's thrown right side, but incomplete. He was looking for Keenan Allen on that one. And it'll be 2nd down. Gonna run out of the gun, and here's Harris. And he'll be stacked up the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10.
It's 3rd and 10.
Out of the gun, here's Herbert. That is left side and taken in by Allen. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down mark. So now, 4th down, and Cameron Dicker is on for the Chargers.
It's always a little bit of a letdown. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Brown now to return it. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Greg, you step back, such an appreciation for this continued, consistent excellence. 3 straight Super Bowls, 15-2, and the 1st-round bye last year. Of course, we lost to Philadelphia in the Super Bowl. But maybe the sustained excellence is what we need to appreciate about what Kansas City's in the middle of right now.
Absolutely. And it's so true, Mike. I mean, we get wrapped up in the Super Bowl wins, the losses, the ups and downs. And in a league that's really trying to prevent this very thing from happening, right? They want parity, they want new teams in the midst. They're almost doing this in spite of the way the league is organized. And I think that's the part you have to sit back and just appreciate. And it's their ability to continue to change their identity. They go from a pass-heavy offense with Mahomes. Then they become defensive-led with this young defense and Steve Spagnuolo. So it's their ability to continue to adapt and to change to whatever their circumstances are. They are such a tough out. And until told otherwise, Mike, you have to consider the AFC runs through Kansas City.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. Now quick throw, taken in by Brown. He's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. Just shy of midfield. Here's 2nd down and a yard. Throwing again. It's Mahomes. That's to Kelsey on the tight end screen. And he'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down.
Off the play fake. Mahomes. Right back to Kelsey again. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
Brings up 45-yard line.
Now the former rushing champ. It's Kareem Hunt. And he's able to find a crease. Get ahead for 7. It'll bring up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. This caught right side by Worthy.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
Buckner's kick is good. And the Chiefs will tie the game at 3 apiece. So the mistake there, the roughing call on the field goal, they'll take the 3 points off the board, keep possession of the ball, and have it 1st down. Mahomes from out of the pistol, he'll throw, and he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. So just a lone field goal in the 1st quarter of play. The Chargers out to the early lead. We'll have more from South America and beautiful Sao Paulo after this. The Chiefs have it here to start quarter number 2. Here comes 2nd and 4 as we are ready to get back underway. Here's a toss to Pacheco. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal. They'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs.
3rd down Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
From back at the 13-yard line, it is 2nd and goal.
At the 13-yard line.
Here's Mahomes. Now they'll set up a screen for Hunt. That one way too slow in developing. They rally to the ball, they get the man, and it's no gain. 3rd and goal. Now, Mahomes. To the right side in the hands of Rice. And the drive stalls out as he's brought down. And the field goal unit likely to come on here on 4th and goal. Butker's kick is good. And the Chiefs will tie the game at 3 apiece.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
Greg, this was one of the good turnarounds last year. Chargers 6 games better than a year before as Jim Harbaugh came in and started maybe a new era in Chargers football.
You know, doesn't it just seem like when there's these coaching changes, you kind of take a look at the roster, you take a look at the circumstances of the year prior that led to the previous coach being let go, and you say, how many wins are built in? You look at the quarterback, you look at the roster, and you say, if a big-time coach came in and just got them a little more organized, what are the built-in wins? And I'll tell you, the Chargers, that's exactly what we saw last year. Jim Harbaugh, he has a reputation of winning everywhere he goes, all levels of football, and it doesn't hurt that he's got his franchise quarterback behind center. So it's a great situation, great coach, great quarterback. Now just continue to build a roster that not only can make the playoffs, but now you got to go and contend for a Super Bowl.
Play action now. It's Herbert. He'll let one go down the middle. And he will go all the way. McConkey. Touchdown Chargers. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
Cameron Dicker, the kicker for the extra point. And he missed it. It is no good. And this is going to remain a 6-point margin. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Brown now to return it. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. Greg, everyone looks forward to this Week 1 opener, but to have it so far away from home in Brazil, what kind of impact is that on the players as they get ready for the season?
I think on one hand, the NFL is such a routine, right? The guys all have their habits, they have their routines, they have kind of their weekly schedule leading up to game day. But I think because this is Week 1, Mike, and you can back into some of the travel, you can alter some of your training camp practices and whatnot leading up to the Week 1 opener. I actually think it's kind of cool. I love that the game's going global. I love that they're moving these games to different cities around the world. As we continue to see the interest in the NFL grow, I think we're going to continue to see games played outside of the United States. The players love it. The fans love it. I just think it's great for the entire brand of the NFL.
That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
And the Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle third of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
The Chargers' 39-yard line.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. To throw is Mahomes. That is hot down the field. It's Worthy. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10.
1st and 10 at the 7.
Throwing is Mahomes. He takes off. And he's in! Patrick Mahomes. Touchdown, Kansas City. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him. And in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Jackson now to return it. He'll get across the 20, mark him down to the 23-yard line. The Chargers offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. Greg, you take a step back and look at the AFC West big picture. This is historic stuff. Chiefs are going for a 10th straight division title, but you have to remember, 2 other teams in this division won double-digit games last year. So the question is, are the Chargers and the Broncos that far behind Kansas City?
You know, it sounds crazy. When you mentioned 9 in a row, you think, oh, they're just going to continue to run away with it. But I'm actually fascinated by this division. I think L.A. and Denver are a lot closer to this year's version of Kansas City. Maybe then there's a lot of talk about around the rest of the league. So until someone beats them, you'd be crazy to not pick Kansas City. But last year it was a 4-game and a 5-game spread between them. I think this year, come down the stretch, that spread is going to be a lot tighter.
No, Greg, I'm thinking if I'm a fan or even in the front office for the Chargers, or the Broncos, or the Raiders, do I build my team to try to knock off the king of the hill? Because you only play Kansas City 2 of those 17 games. So how do you factor that into your construction?
Yeah, I think it's such a great point. It's really fascinating to dive into. And while I wouldn't necessarily build my roster to just be Kansas City or to just be whoever you view as the top team in the division, you do want to find some commonalities among your 3 division opponents and make sure you are built to play within your division. That's 6 of the 17 now. Winning the division will get you home playoff games. There's a lot on the line when you win your division and compete for that title. So yes, every team has to build their roster. If you have a bunch of really good quarterbacks, you better be able to rush the passer and play pass coverage. If you're playing a lot of ground and pound, big running backs, you better be really good on the inside in defense and be able to defend the run. So there's themes across every division, and the teams that are built to compete within the division are usually the teams that find themselves in the playoffs.
He'll get that complete to Isaiah Pacheco. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
3rd down and 9.
On 3rd down, Mahomes. Got a man over the middle. It's Worthy. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Chargers offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They'll start out 1st down and 10. They'll start this on the ground, and it's Harris. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. That's good for 27 and a 1st down.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
On first down, Herbert. This pass caught. Right side, it's out. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. So it is a one-point game here at the half. Certainly a tightly contested first half, and you'd expect more of that here in the second half. A one-point game as quarter 3 begins. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Chargers offense and running back Najee Harris getting set to take over once more. Now, Greg, you start to think about, okay, who are the teams that didn't make the playoffs last year that have a chance this year? Look, it happens every year. We just have to identify who they are. Who are a couple top lines for you as we start 2025?
As I start in the AFC, I think the Cincinnati Bengals, and you got to think the way their season ended last year, they rattle off 5 wins straight, really on the back of Joe Burrow. We could have made the argument if they're a playoff team that Joe Burrow was the best player. I mean, he was incredible. Most weeks, Mike, he single-handedly carried that offense. Now, new defensive coordinator in Al Golden coming from the college ranks. Can he just make that defense in Cincinnati average? Because if they just play a little bit better with that high-profile offense, I think they're a team. They might not win the division with Baltimore, but they're going to be close and maybe at least get one of those wild card spots.
Once you flip it over, who are the guys you're watching in the NFC?
I think Dallas is going to find themselves, just the fact that I know the division is difficult. Obviously, Philadelphia remains really strong. Does Washington kind of regress a little bit back from year 2? They were a high-profile, big splash team of last year. Do they regress to the median? Time will tell. But I think healthy Dallas, healthy Dak, healthy Michael Parsons, that roster that we saw play last year is not the roster on paper that we expected to see. So I think Dallas has a chance. I think San Francisco always is going to be a team, again, dealt with their own injuries last year with McCaffrey and all the stuff on defense. So I think San Francisco and Dallas are 2 perennial teams we expect to be in the playoff hunt. They missed out last year. I wouldn't be shocked to see them back in it again this year.
And he'll take this one in. Omarion Hampton. Touchdown, Los Angeles. For Hampton, the rookie, he's going to want to hold on to that one. First touchdown of his young career.
It's not often in the NFL, Mike, that we see a run play result in a touchdown of this length. A lot of things have to go right. The right look by the defense, executing by the offensive line and all of your blockers. And then sometimes it's just, I got a better guy with the ball in my hand than you do on defense. And I think all of those things here were at play and results in a big touchdown.
Now the Chargers will use the first of their timeouts. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kicks away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. Now, Greg, as we get the season going, obviously the adjustment to last year's new kickoff rules in place. We talked to a lot of coaches during the year. Folks didn't seem too bothered about letting the other team have the ball at the 30-yard line after a touchback. But the 35-yard line, I don't know, does that feel any different to you?
It does, and I think the part that people don't talk about is the impact that it's making on going forward on 4th down, not settling for field goals. Because remember, in the old days, if you got stopped inside the 5 or you scored inside the 5, it was all the difference of if I kicked a touchback, they got the ball at the 20. There wasn't that much of a spread, but now all of a sudden, is it in my best interest to settle for a field goal and kick off when I could give you the ball at the 35? Or even if I fail down there tight in the red zone on the 3, you now possess the ball inside your own 5-yard line. So I think that's an element now that's causing offenses to go for more touchdowns, kick less field goals, because the ensuing kickoff is giving my opponent the ball in much more favorable territory.
You know, the other rule that is adjusted are overtimes in the regular season will mirror playoff overtime. Each team getting the ball. I'm so happy, Greg, because it just felt so incomplete when a team got to overtime, but then their offense, which may be the best part of the team, never got on the field.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree more. And you hear everyone saying, oh, well, just get a stop. Well, it's that legendary game between Mahomes and Josh Allen where neither team stopped it. It was just an offensive touchdown festival. So you won a coin toss, and you got the ball. Well, the other team's defense hadn't gotten to stop the whole game. If Josh Allen got the ball first, he probably would have scored on a walk-off. So I love the idea of both teams getting the ball. If a game is good enough to go to overtime.
Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And fortunately, one of his teammates there to save him. He'll wind up getting enough to pick up the first down.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
Now Mahomes. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and 11.
Brings up second down at the 42-yard line.
Throwing now, Mahomes. That's over the middle and caught by Rice. And he will get into the end zone. Rashee Rice. Touchdown, KC. What a job to finish the play with a touchdown. The catch and carry, and the carry part, Greg, that was the most impressive there.
Well, you said it, Mike. The catch was nice, but it's what can you do after the catch that really separates guys in this league. And in this case, he did plenty because it ended up in a touchdown.
Here's the Chiefs and Mahomes lining up to add on 2 more.
The Chiefs will set up for the 2-point conversion.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's going to be caught. So add a couple more points, and they add to their lead.
15.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Chargers offense and running back Najee Harris getting set to take over once more. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. This drive begins with a run by Harris. He did not want to go down there. Carrying tacklers, it's a gain of 9.
At this point, we're going to need 2 hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on 2nd down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the 1st down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
He'll get this to Disley on the way. And he's going to be very close to the 1st down marker. Out of bounds after a gain of 9.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Again, and here comes Harris. And he's got it. 1st down. A pickup of 4. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Take the handoff. Now Herbert. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looks like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be second down. From the gun, it's Herbert. Now, a deep shot for Allen. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
10 yards to go.
Shotgun now for Herbert. Looking middle and complete with Allen. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
A 56-yard attempt.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Chargers will tie the game here in the third quarter. So a big mistake there. Roughing call on the field goal try. It gives them an automatic first down. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. Back with more of the NFL International Series after this. The 4. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. And the big night continues. That last run gives him yardage to put him over 100 for the game. Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. That is caught by the tight end. Touchdown, L.A. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that fourth quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now away defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win.
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown, trying to kick it back the other way. He fields it at the 8. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Chiefs offense headed back to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Pacheco. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
On 2nd down, Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Worthy. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but Still a little work to do now on third down.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. He's got his man. He finds Worthy. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. A gain there of 24 yards. Good for a Chiefs first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Mahomes. That one intercepted. Picked up by Deion Henry. And the Chargers are going to take over here up near the 40.
Mahomes pass. Intercepted.
I know it doesn't seem like a ton of yards on top of that pick, but that was really well done. I mean, it's just going to make life so much easier now as the offense takes the field, trying to capitalize off of that turnover.
The Chargers offense and running back Najee Harris getting set to take over once more from the 39. Here's a 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Harris. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense, and that's exactly what they've been able to do.
They'll give it to Harris again. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
A gain of 16 on that pass play. And the Chargers have the first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock. But the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the 4th quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that 3rd down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up first downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again.
Throwing now is Herbert. Looking mid on him, get it complete to McConkey. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and 3rd down. Coming up.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route. And then next thing you know, he gets...
And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Tyler Conklin. Touchdown, Los Angeles. That his 2nd touchdown now here in the season opener. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Brown now to return it. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Chiefs offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. From the 33, here's 2nd down and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 33.
From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked up by Deion Henley. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
The hole closes quickly. They'll pick up about 3. So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7.
2nd and 7 at the Chiefs' 26-yard line.
Another run in with House. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. Now Herbert gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he puts his head down, and he picks up the 1st down.
Chargers.
And you think back to the first half, Mike, just how well he threw the ball, and you thought maybe this defense would come up with some answers in the second half to slow him down, but so far, that has proven to not be the case.
Here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Oh, a wrinkle. Here comes a reverse. And he will score. Pat McConkey. Touchdown Chargers. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. This has got to feel good, Greg. You open at home and a great performance with one more touchdown added on top.
Not many better ways, Mike, than to create some excitement amongst your fan base than to have a great home opener. Every team works all off-season. They stress it during training camp. Let's get off to a great start, and then all of a sudden you're able to do it in front of your home crowd. Man, this has been a really impressive performance.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Brown now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense ready to take over once again. Well, Greg, this is going to take a lot of self-reflection here. You build up so much for the season opener. To struggle like this has got to be a tough field.
And we've never spoken to a team before their week 1 matchup where they didn't tell us this is the best training camp they've ever had, it's the best roster they've ever had. I mean, how many times have we heard that? So in this case, though, Mike, I think you have to be careful that you don't overcorrect. Of course, this did not go according to plan. This is not what they've been building to through their entire offseason schedule, but it's still also just one game. So don't throw everything in the garbage and start all over. Don't throw out all the hard work from the previous offseason. Stay the course, fix what went wrong, improve, and move on to week 2.
And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down. They'll send Worthy in motion. Firing right side, brought in by Brown. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 42.
Mahomes now to throw again. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
A loss of 7 yards.
They put Kelsey in motion.
3rd.
Mahomes going to throw here on foot. That's 3. 3rd time tonight he's been intercepted. Picked off by Derwin James.
And that should be the final dagger in this one. I mean, barring something dramatic happening here, Mike, I just don't think there's enough time or possessions left in this game to pull off any sort of comeback.
So now here comes the Chargers as they get set to take over once more. And this one really all over but the shouting. 1 timeout left defensively, but there's no need to use it here. Only 1 timeout remaining for the defense as they take a knee. So this one is over. It's in the win column for the Chargers. And an important one at that. They win their opener in Brazil against the team that's won the AFC West 9 years in a row. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. A game to remember for the folks here in Brazil as we say so long from Sao Paulo.
The players on your team earn some XP. Quickly upgrade your team at the end of each game.
EA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Representing the legendary Al Davis, and the team's will to just win, baby. The torch is lit before every game inside of Allegiant Stadium, as these fans hope it indeed drives their Raiders to victory in Vegas. Tonight, we're keeping it in the AFC West. It's the LA Chargers and the Las Vegas Raiders.
Welcome to the field.
On the visiting sideline, a look at the Chargers head coach. His guys no doubt enjoyed their trip to Brazil, picking up the win in Sao Paulo last week. Running the show across the field, that's Raiders head coach Pete Carroll. His side not as fortunate in their opener, hoping the home crowd can will them to the victory here in week 2. Kate Scott and Brock Ewer on the call with you today. Ball teed up and ready. And Monday Night Primetime is underway. Jackson now to return it. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. So now out comes the Charger offense for their initial drive of the game. They're led up by the 6th-year pro out of Oregon. Productive his entire career so far. You and I are both big fans of this guy, Justin Herbert. They'll start with a give to Harris.
Herbert's one of these rare quarterbacks, but when he is on, he makes this game look effortless and easy. Part of it's his throwing motion that's crisp and clean with great power. And it's also an athleticism. He'll make you pay with his legs, too. Man, he is just a joy to watch.
This is Harris on 2nd down. He won't be able to get past the line, and very quickly, Brock, they'll be facing 3rd down to begin this ball game. The Raiders go a nickel on this 3rd down. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Complete beyond the marker. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
A gain of 12. First down, Chargers.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in-cut and make the catch.
Now an inside handoff to Harris. And they try to follow it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if we see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
That's caught. Keenan Allen. And they get this down to the 28. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's first and 10.
First down, Los Angeles.
Running behind center with Harris. And he's caught after a game about 2. The main cracks were the play defensively.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further.
Forces that one, and it's intercepted. And the Raiders will take over as he records his first interception of our season. So he's able to bring the return to a stop, but now it looks like he was shaken up in the process. They're going to bring out someone to look at him. The Las Vegas offense is set. First and 10. First carry here for Ashton Genty. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Okay, to run like that, just everybody gets to breathe. Things become so much easier when you start a drive with momentum like that.
35-yard line.
They're set up at the 35 now. Going to the ground again on first. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
New set of downs for him from the 46.
There we go.
A play fake. Now Smith to throw. Complete over the middle. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for Raiders first.
Las Vegas.
Genty from the gun. Jukes one defender. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
4 yards. That's another Raiders first down. First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
A give here to Genty. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. 2 through 2 in for the tackle. A look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, here's Smith. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Chargers are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
I might be Captain Obvious here, but the team who wins today, Kate, it might just be the team who finally takes care of the football.
So the LA offense getting out there for their second drive. And as they take the field, Brock, they got to be thankful that interception didn't cost them. Still scoreless here.
I like how you say they. I think the quarterback in particular
Yep.
right, loves a chance to have in golf a breakfast ball or a mulligan, another opportunity to flush that first drive away.
And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
Simply put, Kate, that is a drive starter extraordinaire.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. First down, and they go right back to it. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Hey, even though that was an excellent run, I got to talk about the receivers here, Kate, because 9 times out of 10, you see a run like that in this league, 10+, you know those guys on the outside are doing their job, shining as blockers, keeping those defenders away from the back.
No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
They go play action. Here's Herbert. Look at this fullback now. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Chargers will have a first.
Gain of 12. First down, Los Angeles.
Trying to get outside here with Harris. And they're going to be humbled here on first down. They're going to wind up losing yards on this play.
Just an outstanding play by that safety. But I'll say this, Kate, that offensive coordinator, take note. Those safeties are flying downhill. To create a negative play on a toss, well, I can assure you a reverse, a trick play, some over their heads coming eventually.
He's still going to the 30. And he gets down to the 24 before he stops. We're through one on Monday Night Primetime. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. We're back and all set for the second quarter. Charger football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. They give to Harris from the gun. And he'll pull his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. It doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And
he finds him in the end zone for an LA touchdown. The Chargers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is fit. Because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
And he misses the point after, so this stays the 6-point game. The Chargers just about ready. There they go, sending it away. Trey Tucker to return it. Great run back has the offense just a touch shy midfield to start this drive.
Take over first and 10
Second drive coming up for the Las Vegas offense. They aren't even quite sure what this team is going to settle in as this season, Brock, but already this is an important contest for them that could have postseason implications down the line. They'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
A 2-yard gain brings up second
From
down.
just shy of midfield on second down. Has him on a quick hitter. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Chargers territory. 3rd and 4 coming up now.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Shotgun snap to Smith. It's complete. This is Bowers. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out.
A gain of
First
6.
down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
For a Las Vegas first down.
And again, it's Smith. Short pass brought in. And they get this down to the 28. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10.
That's another Las Vegas first down. 1st and 10 at the 28.
On the option, it's Cincy. And they aren't going to like this. They went to the zone read, and it winds up losing them 3 yards.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. It brings up 3rd down. They need a good chunk here, at least 14 yards to pick up this first down. Man in motion here. Smith on 3rd and long. And he's batted away up front. Throw doesn't even get beyond the line. Thanks to a well-timed swat there. They're going to face 4th down.
Daniel
Carlson out to try this Raiders field goal. All spotted on the left hash, 49 yards out. Carlson's kick is good. And it cuts the lead in half, down to 3.
Makes the score.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lot.
On the return, it's Jalen Reagor. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Following the kick return, we've got somebody shaken up, so we're going to get a stoppage here as he's attended to. Chargers getting set. 1st and 10. Herbert from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And he picks up a nice chunk before the stop is made.
Complete to Keenan Allen. A gain of 13 yards. First down, Chargers.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
First down, ball at the 36. Going right side, Harris with it. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
As a corner in this league, well, you go to the Pro Bowl if you can cover. If you want to be an all-pro, you stick someone like that.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. On the play fake, it's Herbert. Pressure comes, and he's taken down. The Raiders got him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
A loss of 6 yards.
When nothing opens up, that becomes a pretty clear throwaway spot. I mean, that is textbook throwaway spot right there, Kate. Get outside the box, chuck it into the 3rd row, and avoid exactly what happened right there. Because now 3rd down is so much harder.
So on 4th down, here's J.K. Scott trying to punt it away for the Chargers. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Vegas offense getting set for another drive now. And this is an interesting game for both they and their rivals across from them, Brock, getting a key division matchup so early in this season. Man downfield, and Myers has it. And they had somebody there for that quick stop, but a nice completion gets him across midfield. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Shotgun give here to Genty. And he works this to the 38 before going down. through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Every offense in this league is looking for a back who can be an athlete and a bruiser at the same time. You feel lucky if you got one. Someone who can, well, eat up space when the lanes are open and deliver a little punishment to stretch plays when that tackler tries to meet him in the hole.
And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4. They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6.
Second and 6.
They give up the guts. It's Genty. He's forward. Gets a couple of yards. Brought down on the effort by Derwin James.
The tackle by Derwin James.
So it's the 2-minute warning here from Allegiant. The Raiders trailing on the scoreboard. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Hey, we go through.
From the gun, Smith. That's caught for the first. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
Las Vegas, first down.
Working inside the red zone. He's stepping up and takes off with this one.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm. Especially in a situation like that. It's a good thing you woke up to it. Able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
2nd down, looking for options. He's calling his own number again. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Now Smith. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its 2nd. Leading 10 yards now as they line up at 2nd and goal.
Second and goal at the 10-yard line.
Blitz coming for Smith. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And that sack going to cost them some yardage. Back-to-back sacks, and this defense hungry for a 3rd here. It's 3rd and goal. Completed over the middle. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Carlson's kick is good, and it'll knock this game up late in the 2nd quarter. So we're all knotted up here at the half, Brock, as we send this over to our buddy Scott Hansen, who's got our halftime report. Scott?
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. What a first 2 weeks of the season it's been. Lots to get you caught up on. Here we go. Our tour of the NFL starts now. It begins in Houston. The Texans at home to take on Tampa Bay. And this is Rachaad White. He'll take it all the way to the end zone. What a play for the score. From there, it's up to Minneapolis. Let's look at...
All right, thanks so much, Scott. We are back and about set to begin our 2nd half. Something's got to be the difference maker here in half number 2. We'll see what it is as we're off and running once again. He fields it from the 8. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And a good effort here as he gets it out past the 35-yard line. The Raiders and running back Ashton Genty headed back out there. And as they get started, we get to see some of the first-year players who've taken this league by storm and are leading our race for Offensive Rookie of the Year. First down, Smith to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. And they make the stop, I'm going to say about the 37-yard line. They're now set for 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 37.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Grabbed by Bash, left side. Not a lot of space, maybe to the 33. Alohi Gilman up from the secondary for that tackle.
Brings up 2nd down at the Chargers.
2nd and 6 now. Go right side, finds Bash. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. All set up now for 1st and 10.
And the Las Vegas first down.
From the red zone now. Has it in close. He has the touchdown. The Raiders take the lead right away in half number 2. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. Carlson's extra point is good. And the Raiders break that tie and now lead by 7.
Chargers 6.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Jackson now to return it. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Charger offense making its way to the field. They're facing a 13-6 deficit as they take over. 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. That one's complete over the middle. And he's brought down after a short gain. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. It's caught. This is Ladd McConkey. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. On the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
And the Chargers 1st down.
A handoff for Harris, running right. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11.
They're on the tackle. A loss of 2 brings up 2nd down at the 43-yard line.
Working from the gun here. It's Herbert. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
A loss of 8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Herbert now. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that brings up 4th and long.
J.K. Scott in punt formation.
Takes it in at the 21. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up past their own 30. The Raiders back on offense, led out by Geno Smith. Put this in the win column for the Raiders. And they draw first blood against a division rival. They'll go on the road later this year with a chance at completing that season sweep.